Now keep left at the fork. In 500 feet, keep right at the fork.
And here we are. This is called V12 Sports and Classics. Okay, we're going to have a look at a blue one now around here. This is the higher mileage one that interests them, and it is a good colour, and I believe it is the better spec one as well.
It's an exclusive model.
Yeah, so they still have all the toys on it. Okay, time for a little explanation why we were car hunting today. One of my sons and his wife are enlarging their family very, very soon. So they wanted to get rid of their ice car, which has been a real pain in the backside for them. Let me give you an idea of how bad it's been before we continue. It was a Citroen Cactus, and for the first year they actually owned it, it weren't a bad car. Anyway, things have progressed and it's become a pain in the backside. They do suffer from a deterioration of the drive belt, which actually goes in, it's called a wet belt, actually goes in oil as it's being used. Real bad design from Citroen, and I think it's used probably in Peugeot as well, and now in Stellantis. And they rot, the belts rot, you know, in the oil. So within time, you've got to get it changed, and if you don't, you get all these bits from it, it clogs up and then affects the whole of the rest of the engine because it's not being filtered. So the oil gets clogged up, and anyway, worst scenario was that they had the job done, engine light still came back on, then it started pulling to the left on the brakes, and it's been a real pain. So they got rid to WeBuyAnyCar.com. That is another story, we won't go into that today. So they thought, why not, let's have our first EV. Here's one of my old favourite cars from way back when. It's in black, it's in good order.
Have you got that one?
Someone been looking at a Polestar. Got its own little private plate going on there on the A-Reg. Again, not bad on the body. Can't see anything that sticks out. Alloy wheels. Now the Corsa E's are quite a good little family car. Problem is you need a fair bit of space in the back and the trunk, obviously the boot, when you're having a new baby. This was Nicola's biggest problem. The doorway access as well in the rear doors is not great for getting kids' seats in and out of, but they were willing to look at it because of the 50 kilowatt battery and the near enough 190 mile range in the summer. But it ain't going to work out the way that they wanted it to because of the space in the trunk, as well in the back seats are a major problem for them. So it was time to look at something bigger. So it was decision made to look at something bigger, and this is what we chose, or should I say Nick and my son chose, this Nissan Leaf. Very, very clean car, couldn't knock it at all. Did everything that it should do. Got the 40 kilowatt battery pack in it. Normally good for around 160 mile range in the summer, down to about 110, 115 in the winter. It's the worst battery pack you can buy with the Leaf. No real BMS system on it, but this was a very super clean car for the money. So it wouldn't have been too bad on size and everything else, and we made sure that both leads were in the trunk, and it might have worked out, but they were just put off it by it looking so antiquated. Now let's come to some bits and bobs about V12 in Hinckley. Professional outlet, can't knock them for that. All the staff were very smiley and nice, so that was good. But there's two things to remember. Firstly, if you go, everywhere around that facility is double yellow lines. So parking is a premium. The chances of getting into their lot to park your car is pretty much zero. We did go on a Saturday, on a busy bank holiday Saturday, don't get me wrong, but everywhere was choco. Now, I did ask a couple of the staff, will I get a ticket if I park my Tesla, you know, on double yellows for a while? Basically what they were saying was, yes, the chances are, even on a Saturday, a warden could come round. Anyway, so parking, massive issue around there. You will have to park round the corner away from the dealership before you can go in and look at the cars. Be wary of that one. Secondly, okay, before I say this, call me old-fashioned, but when I was into cars and dealerships and buying and selling, you always did something on the window ticket price. You know, if it was 15k, you could pretty much guarantee to get 500 quid off that if you went not needing anything else apart from the car and you paid cash there and then and you walked away. It was a done deal. Wow, how things have changed. Nowadays you get there and you will not get a penny off. In fact, if anything, most of the dealers now want you to pay that bit extra for something that they're offering. Now, my son's already got AA cover, my son's already insured. My son didn't want any extended warranties or anything, but even at V12, again, I'm saying this, it's not just having a go at them because they were a good outfit. For £129 on every single car they sell, they want you to take this because they give you, I don't know, let's say 7 days free insurance or 5 days free insurance. They give you a bit of AA cover, and there's a lot all in there as a package for this £129. Well, my son and his wife didn't need any of it, and it makes you wonder if they push this sale to every single car that they sell off their lot. Now, if they're doing 100 cars a week, for example, which you've got to have some kind of turnaround, do the maths, people, do the maths. It's money for old rope, really. But some people are even more. Some people are very much worse than that. I know some that will sell you a car and then expect you to pay for a seller's fee between £149 and £199 per car. This is on top of the ticket price, may I add, and you don't get anything off. But again, this is not just a crack at V12 because they were okay, but they all do the same. They all try and sell you something you really don't need. So obviously, you can tell by my voice, we didn't buy from V12, and you'll find out a tiny bit later in this video. So let's get back to the cars. Let's get back to what we did and what was actually sorted out at the end and what happened. Well, while we're here, we may as well have a look at a few of the cars and the prices. 18 plate Tesla Model S, nice colour, 18,995. These are a bargain, there's no two ways about that. These are really a bargain at the minute. Polestar black, 26.5, 22 plate, again, prices are good. Smart. The electric of these, I don't know if this is the electric one or what. Oh yeah, it is the EQ, look, the electric one. Nearly bought the wife one, but backed out at the last minute. So yeah, there's some good cars, some good prices. Model 3. Another one here, another Tesla. I'm not going to take too much notice of the ICE cars that are for sale because it ain't me and I'm not interested in them. So yeah, I think we've covered what electric they've got. Oh, another Zoe. And then they've got the 70 plate Kia. Talk about electric cars, here we go. That one we've already looked at. So yes, a few more Teslas down the bottom, 2 more Teslas and 2 grey ones. So let's go and see if they've bought the car. We're waiting to get the keys for the MG now, and then take it for a spin. And another one here, look, another Zoe, 70 plate. Look how cheap these are now, look, 10,795. There's a lot of car folks for the money. You've got to remember they come with 50 kilowatt hour battery packs. They're good for nearly 200 mile in the summer. In fact, it probably will do 200 mile in the summer. Yeah, clean inside, you can see that. But they're a good little car, it's just that they got slated on the NCAP rating because of no silly airbags in one position. So yeah, good deal, bargain. So this is another Leaf we're looking at now. This is a £1.5 cheaper or whatever. Let's have a look. And there you go. Yeah, rear heated seats as well. You got to just see by the shit because it's obviously not been valeted. Has it? Just where the bad side is it?
Scratching your way down, kind of thing, following along. Like, here's the worst bit down here.
You might, yeah.
They might something like polish out.
They would probably come out. Oh right, okay. Someone's tried a little red marker pen on them, look, to get rid of a couple of the dings, which is a bit of a shame. But again, yeah, you say something that says no. Yeah. Okay, now we move on to the MG ZS. Something about that we're walking away from. 21 plate, top of the money one, in white. He just drove it through this. Oh dear. See, I don't mind this in white, to be honest.
Yeah, I do quite like it.
The wheels are nice as well. Super well kept they are, look. Can't see any curbing at all on them too. Yeah, but spec-wise, has it got the... Oh yeah, it's got the electric sunroof and glass sunroof. This has got to be the top of the range one there. It's got to be the exclusive. Can't see much wrong with this, to be honest. It looks quite clean. Okay, my son and his wife really thought this was the one and they were going to be driving away at the very same hour. Didn't come into fruition, I'm afraid. They could not do the deal that they wanted. The sticker price of $12,500 was solid. The sales team would not move. So after about a 15-minute blurb of sales malarkey, they said no, walked out of the office, and we basically left. And it's quite nice with a big glass sunroof, which should work. Yeah. Well, we leave disillusioned. But hey ho, I don't think the guy shut the door proper on that white one either. So, but yeah, we're not having it. It's we're leaving now. The dealership, they wouldn't move 500 quid or so. So we're saying goodbye to it.
If they dropped 500 quid, they would have had a sale then.
Yeah, exactly.
But, hey ho.
Well, we're back at another location. Again, nice, but going to be too expensive on the 72. There's also a DS across here, crossover thing. That again, build quality is not great on them, but nice looking car, the DS3, that one on there. That's electric in grey, as you can see. But again, just spent a load of money on a Citroen, so that's the last thing they want. And then of course what we've come to see is this one here, white one, exactly the same as we've been to see over at Hinckley, basically the same money. But that's the one. Was a Kazoo car at one time, as you can see on the plate there. So that's the one we've come to see. Also here at Casa is the only car that I would probably change away from Tesla for, and this is the Genesis GV60. Hasn't got the flashier seats, although they are vented, but super nice. Build quality is excellent. It's meant to be the best that the group's got to offer, and this is why they've gone for their own Genesis brand, Hyundai and Kia. And yeah, it's the only one that I would consider coming away from Tesla for at this present time. Nice tool, but that is 33 grand nearly. I have seen them a bit cheaper. It's not badly priced for the 72 plate, depending on mileage, and I don't know what it's done. So, but there's a few electric cars here, like I said. There's the Hyundai I've shown you. There's the Genesis. What they've took the white one out for a spin. I'm now waiting for them to come back and see what happens from there. Let's see if they buy this one. Now, to be fair, if anyone turns around to me and says that electric cars aren't selling used ones, they are lying, because the dealerships we've been to today, people are taking them out on test drives. And there was one sold while we were there at the other dealership, and the enthusiasm for them, in my eyes, is massive. So where the hell people get this EVs aren't selling on a used market, absolutely stupid. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. I can't see it. And they are price comparable now to a lot of these ICE cars by a long way. Okay, let's see how long they're going to be. No, don't. You're on YouTube. So just to summarise, they have bought a car. It is a white MG ZS, top spec, may I add, everything on it, all the toys. Got it at decent money, less than 30,000 on the clock, and so they're going to be happy. Yes, everyone is still buying used EVs. Let's just get that very straight. Okay, I think it's only fair that I do a few words on Carsa, or Cars A, or Carsa, depending on how you say it. This was the local dealership in Mount Sorrel. We spent 4 hours, nearly 4.5, yeah, actually it was towards 5 hours by the time the deposit paperwork was done. So 5 hours of my time, yeah, it'd been a while since I've been to a good old big dealership or two, and I enjoyed it. To be fair, I enjoyed both dealerships. The vehicle from Carsa has filled the void. So I'm not going to rant too much about V12. I've already said this about them. Although I will say one thing, and that is that it's just a great shame they couldn't deal off the ticket price at all. They were not interested one iota. In fact, if anything, they were trying to upsell all the time. And I know it's the done thing now at dealerships, this upselling malarkey. And even at Carsa, the young salesman, hello, how you doing? He did subscribe on the day. He had to do his bit. He'd been trained that way and been told that way, and that's the way they manage the store or the outlet or the lot. And I realised that. I was in the auto trade many years ago, so I know what it's like. It's just that we dealt more in the cashamundo. Anyway, the car was bought from Carsa. Would I recommend them? Yeah, I would actually. The young salesman there kind of knew what he was doing. I couldn't knock him for that at all. Both of them. The second one we met on the pickup day. Took about 15 minutes to get the paperwork done on the Tuesday when they went back to pick up the car, which you'll see in just a moment. Yeah, both dealerships are very good. It's just like I said, we wasted our time going to Hinckley at the end of the day because we could have purchased at Carsa, which literally is a 5-minute walk from where my son and his wife actually live. And even less than that where he works. So, hey, you live and learn, but you have to do these things, you have to go and look. One thing I will say about Carsa is that they were willing to listen, which is good for a modern dealership, and I like that. So all the best for you on that one, actually listening to your buyers and taking time to think about an offer. Let's just hope this works out for them. Like I say, you're just about going to see pickup day now on the Tuesday and what they actually purchased. It's their first ever electric car. Doesn't really need a service. You don't really need to spend money on services with EVs, but they are cheaper to service as well as, you know, obviously 70% less parts. And this is what the draw was, I believe, to my son and his wife. The fact that they were absolutely fed up with the ICE car culture and pay for parts and labour and parts and parts and labour. And it just went on and on. So I'm hoping, like I say, this works out for them good. Well, there it is. That's the one they bought, MG ZS. Just been on a triple charge with a 240 plug. So they'll get across there now and grab it. Their first ever EV. Yeah. I just thought, Chris, it ain't got the green number plates, which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Thanks very much.
There you go. Right, so I've just been informed that there's no locking wheels with the car just because it's not actually a physical one that needs them.
Okay.
A lot of them do, a lot of them don't. And then you've got your you've got both of your chargers under there as well. So you've got your 3-pin and your rapid charger
240.
and stuff
Cool.
in there for you. No worries.
Go.
Is it nice? Do you like it? Wow.
So we'll say goodbye on this and I'll finish it here and now because they've got their new car, which is an EV. So, hope you enjoyed this one, a bit different. You can hear me okay, a bit loud. I haven't got the mic on for this. So we will catch you later. Please subscribe if you liked it. Bye for now.